In the game of Overwatch, there's one hero that embodies musk and testosterone better than any other, a true manly man's hero. It should be no surprise that this hero I speak of is the 7'4" Giga Chad Grandpa in Armor, Reinhardt. Back in the day, if you wanted to settle your differences as men, you'd pull out the old fisticuffs. In today's day, we've matured past that. Real men beat each other with hammers on King's Row. But the question is, how big must one's brain be to play Reinhardt? Is this the hero that truly only individuals with the highest of IQ can play? Or is he just the tutorial tank? In other words, one for the little Timmies. Secondly, is he a strong hero in today's economy? Does he need a walking stick buff, or should he be sent floating down a river? Finally, how fun is Reinhardt? Is he still the peak hero design that he was a decade ago? Or are we better off playing with the other shiny new toys? All those questions waiting to be answered in today's episode of the 50-Hour Series.
Oh my god, wait, a triple fire strike. Jesus. They might see me here, and it's okay if they do, because I will still get them. Line them up, line them up. Fucking owned him. Dominance asserted. I can't believe this.
Let's start things off with a little story time with yeatle. For a majority of Overwatch, I've been a tank player, but one tank that has historically been my weakest by far is Reinhardt. You see, back in early Overwatch, I did an unranked GM for every tank, and most of them I finished in around 8 hours. Guess how long Reinhardt took me? Go on, I'll let you guess. 41 hours. That's 4 times longer than the average. That's what she said. Why, you might ask? Clearly I was playing perfectly. Okay, but actually, Reinhardt really didn't play like any of the other tanks, and so learning him was like playing a completely different game for me. And so once I finally got GM, I packed up my bags and never looked back. Until now, Vendetta had recently released, and I had just finished my whole one-trick arc with her, and something that I noticed is that Rein mains were becoming an endangered species. Many of the well-known ones had retired, swapped mains, or even swapped games. So me being a man of the people, I got a new account, or an old one I guess. Heel Muffin, aka the Mercy one-trick account for the last 50 hours, has now been converted to the swole Reinhardt legend, Shat On. That's wordplay for shatter and I kill an enemy, they got shat on. They kill me, technically, they still got shat on. I win the mental game either way. And without further ado, IQ. Little did I know, this would be one of the most challenging games right off the rip. It's not because the lobby was gold average and I have to carry some gold players. No, it's because the enemy team had quite possibly the greatest Reinhardt in all of gold elo. That Reinhardt was none other than Lard Fart Squad. The first thing you might notice is the crosshair. Don't mind it, it's from the Mercy 50 hours. And so the fight starts and I see that I'm being walked on. Normally Reinhardts in this rank only hold shield. Something is sus. And as my brain is beginning to process all of that, I have a terrifying thought.
Am I gonna be the first one to die in gold?
Yeah, no way, right? It's gold. I'm a top 500 player. I'm not.
No, I was the first one to die in gold. Just ran out and I fire strike. Wait a minute, I'm getting Rein diff in gold. Okay, hold up. I know what I need to do. Changed it back. I'm changing it back. It's a sense, that's what it was. It wasn't my positioning, it was my sense the whole time.
I said that ironically, and then I fixed my positioning, gave it my all, and I wouldn't die for the rest of the game. Instead, I would just kill everyone.
Does Rein win a 1v1 versus Reaper? I actually don't know. Well, I'm definitely not winning this.
We don't talk about that one. Didn't happen. We ignore it. Instead, look at this. What happens is I see their Reinhardt trolling, and so I kill him until he's dead. And then Reaper ults into my hammer. Yeah, I don't know. Shout out to Reaper. Really nice guy. He saw my hammer was lonely. And then I pin after this Hanzo, and I hit him with the good old 1-2 buckle my shoe maneuver.
All right, Chad. I'm locked in now. Now I'm trying.
The enemy Reinhardt was shield walking very disrespectfully, so I pin him off my property and leave him with a nice goodbye slap like I did for his mother last night. I felt the enemy Reinhardt's aura, so I tried to put it out and came a bit too early. It was in the next few seconds that I would realize mistakes were made.
No. Wait.
But it actually wasn't a mistake because I mind controlled him into going for that 1-for-1 trade. Unfortunately, I couldn't mind control my team into winning without me. Lord of the Fart Squad tried to hit it from the back, but I never dropped the soap. We didn't move Reaper to the tank role because man is built like SpongeBob. But just like a sponge, he is very squishable. And so is my Baptiste, apparently.
Now, for my next act, I will charge the Rhine off the map. Okay. He didn't, yeah.
The enemy Reinhardt went off the map due to unknown causes. So in a way, I did pin him off, but I had no clue, so I ended up playing this fight shivering in my boots, expecting for a shadow to come around the corner. My Brig is down, the Mercy reses, my Hanzo is fighting for his dear life. I've only got one shot, one chance, one opportunity.
Chat, is it over? No!
It went as well as you'd expect.
That's okay. This was a little bit of a warm-up. I'm giving the enemy team a chance. I'm just a nice guy like that.
Round starts, and Forkwad is charging like a maniac, so I swing.
Kill this guy. Okay, I die? Why do I die?
I come back and swing again, but this time, it works.
Lovely.
Sometime later, Reaper walks in and presses Q, and for whatever reason, my teammates come together and agree to miss every shot on him. Good job, team. That's some real teamwork.
Wait. Mean we ain't turned this shit. We turned this shit. Nice. I told you we turned this shit. Now we hit the default emo. Look at me go.
Lord Fleet Quad is not making this easy for me. But I do not care. I came to win, and so that's what I'm gonna do.
Wait. Oh my god. I almost saved him. But I didn't. I think this guy has Shatter. I have to outplay the gold Shatter. I have to.
And so in this moment, I'm fully concentrated on Reinhardt's movement. I'm reading it, downloading it, and then I completely give up on it and go for his team.
Okay, I did not outplay it. No, my Mercy died.
Things are looking grim. I get bubbled, and he misses.
Fuck it. Solo Shatter him. Fuck it.
That's one round closer to victory, but I need to win this one to bring home the bacon.
He got shat on. He got shat on.
Enemy team is slow like turtles, so I go to stuff the bridge. It was a risky move, but it worked out.
Oh my god.
Then yeatle turns into greetle.
I fucked it up. I'm dead. I fucked it up. Oh my god, my Juno got owned. Oh, wait. I was gonna hide and charge him, but, yeah, the game lagged. Wait. I got outplayed.
Things are looking real ugly. Lord Fart Squad is farting on the squad, but then he attempts the most disrespectful play of all game.
Come on, buddy. I wasn't born yesterday. Okay, wait. Maybe I was born yesterday. No!
I die, but thankfully my sim caps. Bastion was getting a little too cheeky, so I clap his cheeks. It was here that I built a shatter and thought to myself, I have to outdo Fort Spaw's disrespect. Even greater disrespect. A spawn shatter, but actually hitting it.
I'm gonna shatter him. Oh, that hack. I get res though. I don't think they touch either. They touch. Fuck.
But this fight stalls out in a very scary way, and Fart Squad is coming back with shatter.
Go ahead, buddy. Do it. Go ahead.
With that shatter out the way, tension eases, and the battle of Reinhardt gods slowly comes to an end.
Guys, we're not losing in gold. Don't worry. It wasn't close. It's for the YouTube engagement. That's what it was. It wasn't me almost losing. Silver 2! That is crazy.
The rest of the placements went pretty well. Most of the games were easy peasy, except for this one on Havana, where it came down to an overtime fight. The enemy Orisa was kind of immortal and apparently invisible to everyone but me. So, yeah, we kind of just lose this one. But besides that, I am placements with 9 wins, 1 loss, landing me at a very attractive gold 1. Yup, I'll be hanging that one on my wall. Continuing with the Reinhardt journey, it didn't take long before I hit Masters, and it's there where I eventually ran into one of the few surviving Reinhardt mains, the one, the only, Derpy Gaming. For those of you who don't know, he's a fairly known Reinhardt streamer who's hit champion in the past, playing Reinhardt. When all other Rein mains were picking retirement homes to live in, this nonchalant maxing masochist was still hitting the queues on the daily. So the question is this the Reinhardt player to do what Lord Fart Squad could not? We'll just have to play the tapes and find out. I was already feeling confident. I start the round off playing a little slow, taking time to reposition because I know that they have a Lucio and I do not, which means if I overstep even a little, I'm getting bulldozed. I charge the try and contest, but fall a bit short. We play it slow and my venture gets a pick. I then go for an epic pin on this wall because I just didn't like the way it looked at me. Derpy seems to agree, and he does the same. With no pin to fear, I walk him down and secure the first Rein diff of the many to come. I then squish the enemy Reaper like the roach he is. This next fight, Derpy does a good job of baiting my team into bad positioning, and so I have no choice but to risk it for the biscuit, and boy was Baptiste looking like a snack. I knew this would make Derpy charge at me like a bull, so I did a risky move called the step the other way maneuver, and not only did it work, but it set me up for the nastiest point-blank shatter, setting the Rein diff counter 2-0. While I was busy killing half of red team, my team felt bad for them, and they donated some point progress. As I go to cap, my Wuyong takes this opportunity to stop being alive, and my Ana, for whatever reason, spends the next 10 seconds trying to do the same.
I don't like my Ana playing over there. What is she doing?
To which she eventually succeeds. Having been nanoed, I once again find Baptiste looking submissive and beatable. I do exactly that. Then go for the Hail Mary charge back to point and right towards Derpy. He's forced to countercharge, resulting in the follow-up bubble bomb, and once again, Shadon's just doing what Shadon does best. With all that work done, the first point goes to blue team. I know that Derpy still has shatter. With that information, I'm cautious about approaching point. He thinks I'm gonna NPC walk and charges. I sidestep, which dodges that and the window. I try to get a cheeky contest in since my venture is ulting, but B-drop comes through, and it's about time I get the Sigma out of there. I turn to clear the teleporting Reaper, and the next thing I know is my high nooning Cassidy is being taken for a little sightseeing. Like a true gentleman, I had to show Derpy an even prettier part of the map. Me falling off was 100% intentional, by the way.
I messed up.
Coming into this next fight, Derpy still hasn't shattered, but just as I'm reading that off the script, he solo shatters Diddy Blood. My cast gets a kill moments later, making us even. So I go for a bit of a flank pin, and what can I say? This Baptiste just loves me more than any of my exes ever did. I go for the frame 1 shatter out of charge, but Derpy is adapting. He's not falling for the same trick twice. All out of options, I get scooped up by the next pin, and I'm sent to the Shadow Realm. Unfortunately, alone this time. Despite this massive advantage, red team loses their last healer and my team collapse back. Once again, I spot my #1 client, Baptiste, absolutely unaware of my existence. He eventually lamps to live, and I get the nastiest fadeaway fire strike off. A wild Derpy attempts a YOLO pin on me. It doesn't work. This leaves him flustered and overwhelmed by my presence to the extent that he jumps off the map to avoid the diff. But we're still adding that to the books. From here, me and the boys just clean up shop. Last fight comes, I know we have Wuyong's ult. Red team is making a long rotate, so my play is to pin for the win. At first, I was going for Derpy, but his body language was implying no consent, so I take his Reaper to Pound Town instead. Derpy, clearly jealous, tried to get in on the fun, but I skinny dodged just enough to avoid the pin, get bubbled, and blast all over him. This added yet another one to the count and another point capture for blue team. The next fight rolls in, I'm playing point, and I notice my cast is hitting what I can only describe as the Narnia flank. So I think to play aggressive, but then I remember they might have shattered.
I don't know if he has shattered. Yeah, he does.
Despite that block and my cast getting the flank kill, the rest of the team is allergic to air, so the battle is looking grim. All out of options, I go for the fun. And it fails. For the second time this game, Derpy has proven that his thousands of hours of mastering Reinhardt would not crumble to my entry-level party tricks. With that, we lose this fight. As I'm approaching for the next engagement, I hear Diddy Blood opening up a dig site. Usually that's a sign to run, but since this is Overwatch, I go to follow up by cutting off the enemy team, only to find out Diddy Blood swapped places with me, and now I'm being opened up. Despite the traumatic events that took place, my team is still holding it down, and eventually we cap point. I go to take space, and as I do, Derpy tries to cross-map snipe me with charge. But that wasn't going to stop me from this next pin. Another one for the records. I have shatter advantage, and my Wooyoung has bubble bomb, so I play balls to the walls for the pin trade. Derpy gets nanoed, I bait like I'm backing up, shatter his backline, dodge another pin, and then I catch me a Derpy.
I'm taking him home, chat. I'm taking him home.
And the game is won. Is what I'd say if disaster didn't strike. I was so sure that this game was won that instead of finishing the pin, I stretched it out for comedic effect. And got shattered. In my mind, this was still fine. It's a 2v1 back at base. My team's got this. They should have this, right?
They lost a 2v1 to a Junkrat.
Next point comes in, I'm immediately down my cast, which means the only play I have is contest point until we're even again. But then my Juno dies. The dominoes are falling. I have to retreat, but I'm not going back empty-handed. What can I say? I swept Derpy off his feet. One might think that's a really good pick. The next fight, we're going to cap off this advantage. However, the enemy team pops 3 ultimates to beat our 1. I have no choice but to back off again. Time's ticking. I need a recontest, but we're still down, have no angles, and red team has shatter. My Reaper makes it back, goes top right, death blossoms, and immediately dies. I repeat, we are down Diddy Blood. I'm all out of options, antied, and dead. That's going to be another point for red team. Suddenly, this game is even, and on the way out of spawn, I noticed the enemy team doing a late rotate without their Rein, and so I attempt a cheeky shatter, but it just wasn't good enough.
No! The boobs, bro.
Because of this misplay, the next fight I have to charge on the point if I don't want to give it up. This works out, except I drop shield for a second and get hindered. My slowed movement sets the enemy Rein up for the easiest pin yet. Without me to hold their hands, my team gets clobbered. It's time to recontest. There's no Reinhardt in sight, which can only mean one thing. Somebody's fishing for a sneaky shatter. I was there when the first sneaky shatter was invented, so yeah, that's not going to work on me again. I find him and he has to charge out. As I'm slow walking it in, we're greeted with a familiar name in the kill feed. It's Diddy Blood. He's back to the usual antics. Derpy sees this advantage, pushes up with pin. I know he's faking for the shatter, so instead of pinning back, I shield it. Only to then pin thinking it was blocked when it in fact was not.
That was a clear block, dude.
That's it. Everything's stacked against us. I try my best to recontest, but at this point, my Juno's ulting spawn, my soldier's losing a 1v1 to Ana, I'm hindered, dead, Diddy Blood is doing Diddy Blood things. That's it. Game over. I lost. It's my fault for playing with my food and trolling with that one pin. Really, I have nobody to blame but myself. Is what I'd say if I weren't an Overwatch player. After this game, I immediately pulled up the replay, and the evidence speaks for itself.
She shot 2 shots at a full HP Reaper and never reloads. This was not unlucky. This was a my Juno sucks moment. Because if she would have reloaded, the Junkrat would have died, Reaper would have lived, it would have been her and Reaper versus the Reinhardt.
Basically, it's never my fault, and my teammates are always holding me back. Regardless, that was a great game, and I had fun playing against Derpy82 Overwatch. I never do get that rematch against him, but I don't think it's necessary because eventually, I hit Grandmaster, and it only took 14 hours. That was a bit of a head scratcher. I mean, why was it so much easier this time around? I mean, sure, second time getting Grandmaster would be easier, but like, last time was 4 years ago on a completely different patch, and I pretty much haven't played him since, so what gives? There's a couple different theories I could come up with, like GM being easier, or perhaps me being better at the game now than I was before. And while those could definitely be factors, I think most of the credit goes to Reinhardt just being more of a carry hero than he used to be. And a lot of it is in the art of the charge. You see, back in the day, charge couldn't be cancelled, so what seemed like a good play 1 second would quickly turn into many Reinhardts running it down mid. This really put him on a short leash when it came to moving around the map or going for kills. Today's Reinhardt is quite literally pinned to win. Like, Dive Reinhardt used to be a meme, but now it's kinda real. Do it right and bros snatching up the backline like they owe him money. I remember a big complaint when this was first introduced is that it was a nerf to skill, because now players don't have to plan around hitting walls or spacing for environmental kills. But I don't know, man, I think charge cancel introduced an even greater skill. Now Ryan can do fake out plays to bait out sleep dart and other stuns. To put it into perspective, the flowchart used to be, do you charge? If yes, does Ana have sleep? If yes, congratulations, you're now asleep. In today's Overwatch, it's use charge, and if you're bad, still get slept. But if you're good, predictably cancel charge as Ana is thinking to use sleep dart, and simply shield it. Most Anas will fall for this every time, but the smarter ones will catch on and hold sleep dart until Ryan starts swinging. In which case, next time the Ryan could mix it up and actually commit to the pin. It's interactions like this that I think make Overwatch beautiful. It's a reminder that the game is between players and their ability to outwit each other, rather than, I play this hero and press button, therefore I win. As pin-pilled as I am, I need to go off on one more little tangent and say that this ability is awesome, but it's also the greatest dog shit ever made. It's so bad that I had to make a little compilation out of it.
I missed the pin. Oh my god. I can't believe this. How'd I miss? There's just no way. There's zero way that he doesn't get pinned here. Let's watch it back. Yeah.
The ability genuinely feels like it has a mind of its own. It's like there's an Overwatch dev out there somewhere watching my games, pressing a button that decides if pin's gonna suck people like Graviton Surge or boop them like Release Wrecking Ball. I've had so many people come into my chat with these Reinhardt tips like left shoulder vacuums, right shoulder boops, or the longer you charge, the bigger the pin hitbox. The first one makes so little a difference, it's only good for cope, and the second one is straight up misleading because yeah, Ryan charge gets bigger with time, but that's like for the first half a second when he takes a step back and that's it. This is not making a difference 99.9% of the time. So to Reinhardt players that want advice for hitting more pins, I say close your eyes and let Jesus take the wheel, because when it comes to this ability, the game will simply say fuck you sometimes. Oh right, this whole thing was because I was talking about how Reinhardt's easier to carry with. So yeah, he also has an extra fire strike, a better shatter, more health, but none of that stuff's fun to talk about, so we're just gonna continue with the story. Shortly after obtaining GM, I ran into yet another ranked abnormality. Oh, look at me in the background. I'm so happy and clueless of this terrible game I'm about to play. Defense was like any other defense on King's Row. Nothing too peculiar happened. We just held at third point. It was on attack that my Ana started exhibiting some very strange behavior. This player's name was Lightning, and I'll tell you, the plays he started making implied the opposite. His thinking was very slow. I say that in the kindest way possible. You may have missed it. It's kind of hard to notice while I'm getting absolutely blasted on the side here. But if you roll back the footage and zoom in a little, you can see my Ana thinks she's playing Reaper. She's hitting a low flank here. Shout out to my Moira for actually healing. You never expect that from a Moira. I make a questionable play, thinking things were not as they were, and I die. As I'm coming back from spawn, you can see that my Ana is once again forgetting that she queued support. The universe punished her for this, and she gets plowed by the enemy Reinhardt. I too end up dying, trying to make something out of her unorthodox plays. You'll never guess what Lightning does a third time around. So at this point, I'm like,
Now she's not flanking. Now I'm following her.
we're up in numbers, so I decide to leave her for a second to cap point. And unfortunately, this hotel flank is like the casinos for her. She loses every time, but just keeps coming back. Clearly, we just don't see the vision. This time it'll work. She's about to hit big. The only big thing she got was a hammer to the forehead. She gets shattered, and so do I for trying to help a few seconds too late. That's what I get for not following the plan. So now I've learned from my mistake, I am not leaving this Ana's side. The Ana has no choice but to play main here, so we win the next fight without too much trouble. But one fight win will not deter me from my innovative bodyguard Ryan playstyle.
That's it. I'm following this Ana now. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I'm following her.
I felt like I was playing an escort mission.
If you're going on that flank, I'm going on that flank, buddy. I'm watching them.
Maybe this was Overwatch PvE all along. Just perma-shielding an Ana.
I'm just gonna keep following this guy. If I follow him, I get healed. And suddenly it's an even game.
This is really peak, guys. Me and Lightning were an unstoppable duo. I mean, we probably could have gone pro. I take all the damage, and he does all the damage. I didn't realize it, but the fake Ryan killed Lightning, aka the carry. meaning we had no chance of winning this, but I still tried my best. Like a good Reinhardt, I went to escort the local grandma. Eventually, I come to the conclusion we need to play normally again. I make space, die, and we win the game. Let this be a lesson to all tank players. If you never get healed, 99% of the time, you're the problem. But the other 1% of the time, one of your supports might just be lightning. It's hour 35. Up until now, I've spent most of my time coasting in low GM lobbies. And so here I was, thinking I'm playing another game on Blizzard World. But unbeknownst to me, this was no ordinary game. In fact, I was in the presence of royalty. You see, the enemy tank was none other than the king of Reinhardt. No, the king of Overwatch.
Swing for the king. That was at the top. And they did. Yes. King.
Flats OW. The game did not start off very well. I think my team was trying out Overwatch 3 because we were down a player pretty much every pre-fight. And so this part of the game can pretty much be summed up as pressing S key simulator. It wasn't until third point that I could finally play the game. And even then, not really, because I'm up against infinite shield break and the king of gaming was not going to cut me a break either. My team manages to pull their weight, and so I get to fight another fight. I hit Flats with the pin from downtown, but alas, he has the immortality ability. Now I'm in a bad spot, my shield's getting deleted, so I'm forced to make a desperate play. To which the king replies, no. My team clutches up yet again. It's not often the team carries once, so twice is nothing short of a miracle. I can't let them down a third time. To be fair, the first 2 times were me making the best of what I had, but this time, I have no excuses. Baptiste uses window, and instead of making the rotate left or right, I make the mistake of thinking the payload has enough cover, and as a result, I'm unalived. This will be the death to lose us the round. If you wanted to know how I felt after this, the answer is only slightly annoyed. I knew we could still win this. It's at this point that chat informs me that the enemy Reinhardt is Flats, and so now I have even more reason to try and win. I get the opening kill with a fire strike, my Bastion dies immediately after. I play to clear high ground, drop main, and as nothing is happening, I had a thought.
If I just go in.
This gets us tremendous space because now the enemy team has no high ground advantage. My DPS get kills because of this, and the point slow caps in our favor. I push the advantage, Flats tries to catch me, but I am a master of the walk the other way technique. Skipping ahead a bit, the point is capped, and I'm now fighting for high ground control. It's a Bastion battle, so the winner comes down to who has better cooldown usage or better ults. In this case, the enemy BAP is just better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that was.
After a long regroup, I play a game of cat and mouse where Flats is on point, so I push high ground, he goes to high ground, so now I push point for free. I then had a thought. It's a ballsy play to make. Not only is this a losing game, but this is Flats we're talking about.
Wait. What if I hit him with the lagged out shatter? Hold up. I might hit him with the lagged out shatter, chat. Let me cook.
Never in a million years would that work.
Holy shit.
Oh my goodness, I literally knew he was faking it too, but my old man reactions.
Okay, it worked. My Zen then gets shattered out of left field, but lives just long enough. And with that, I'm swinging away until the last swing puts Flats down. And this Bastion. And then I started thinking again.
I have another idea.
We have Kitsune up, so I push the advantage. Flats counterpins, but my team is still clicking them. I try to push Flats, but have to be cautious of the BAP and cast behind them. I wait for heals, then go for the pin again, knowing my team has the numbers advantage. With that, we finish the round with a better time. I didn't get to show off the secret shatter I had planned, but eventually I will. The round begins, and I remember them having a sim last time, so I'm a little paranoid of point high ground TP. Red team does not have a sim, so I was kind of giving up space for nothing. My Bastion gets first kill. With that, I walk to clear high ground, and Flats tries to flatten me, but it is the Flats who gets flattened. I call out this Bastion hiding and secure another easy kill. It's only now that I realize
They don't have TP.
but what they do have is an unaware Reinhardt. The enemy team is down to one fight. I almost have shatter, things are looking real good for us. But then as I push the advantage, we lose our Kiri, and a second later, our Zen too. I'm now forced into a spot where I can only hope for a flank shatter. Red team Sojourn clears me, and I don't get shatter quick enough. What should have been an easy one fight is now turning into a longer game. Then, I try the thing.
Here it is. Okay, he didn't fall for it.
But that's okay because I still hit this crazy pin. Or maybe I don't. The carry TP back to her team. What had happened was, I thought this treasure chest would stop me, but apparently it's just cosmetic because I just go right through it. Genuinely unlucky.
Okay, he has his shatter. I feel like Flats is a payload shatter kind of guy, and he is.
With the main threat gone, I throw my weight around looking for weak points, and eventually, red team crumbles.
I don't know if I have any more tricks for Flats here. I tried to do the walk in, walk back shatter, but that one didn't work. I've got two more for him.
The round begins, red team has a Mei for me, and I don't see Flats, so I devised a plan.
But I have an idea.
The idea was to take point high ground, which, even in hindsight, I think was a very good space-making play. But unfortunately, the king catches me by a pixel.
No! Got me. Dang it. I was hoping I could wrap around quick enough.
That's fine, we still have plenty of time. I see some shenanigans happening on right. I go to inspect, and things do not go my way.
Oh my god, this cryo is devious. Oh no. We're in trouble. Bolt economy is about to hit us.
The next fight, I play to bait that high ground rotate.
They have a Mei, so I actually can't like play main for long.
It somewhat worked. I bait wall and I have red team chasing me way beyond cover, but that's when ult economy does its thing. My team perishes to Mei ult.
No.
Last fight is approaching. The enemy team just starts dumping ults. And my Bastion, for whatever reason, thinks it's a good idea to peek a windowed Bastion and Baptiste. My carry walks in front of me, dies, and it's happening again. I can feel the wind slipping away from me. Flats goes for the pin shatter, fails, and I do the one play to win it all. The 180 shatter to bring it all back. And it works.
No.
But it just doesn't matter. We're down too much. The game is over, and I lose to Flats.
I'm gonna need a couple more hours to win that one shot.
This wasn't supposed to happen. Or maybe it was. I mean, I barely won a game versus a gold Rhine. Lost a derpy 82. Spent most of my 50 hours stuck in low GM. And now, when I get a chance to defeat Mr. Overwatch himself, I blew it. I just didn't do enough. For every winning story, there's a losing story. And right now, this video is about yeatle, the guy who just keeps losing. But you know what? That's okay, because I'd rather be a loser any day than be a quitter. On hour 41, I ran into Flats again, this time accompanied by Emon. Once again, because of streamer mode names, I was unaware of that fact, but I had my suspicions.
Is that a streamer mode name? Parallax?
The game starts off with my Echo trying to touch spawn doors and dying, so I have to back up and give space, but my team quickly turns it around. I go for the cleanup, get slept, wake up, and hold W.
Get him out of here, get him out of here.
As the next swing trade commences, I hear my Ashe use Bob, which means only one thing, go in. Going in paid off, and we quickly win this fight. I have Shatter, so seeing the team kill on my screen, it seemed like the perfect opportunity to hide for a flank Shatter. I wasn't sure if my shield stuck through the wall here, so it seemed like a good idea to leave. We end up trading some ults. I hear Echo Copy get used, which means we're up, and I need to make space. And did I ever, because I hit the nastiest mid-range plow on Flats. He gets nanoed, shatters my team, I shatter back, block some of the beat drop, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. But at least I got my exiting diff.
Damn.
Flats was playing pretty aggressive here, not knowing that half his team was AFK on point, so the second his health is low enough, I force a counter charge. The next fight, I'm just jiggle contesting the payload. The enemy Ashe throws Bob, to which I back up. My team windows, which more or less traps Flats in this corner. I charge at the wall because it talked about my mama, and then proceed to slap Flats around a little bit. And you already know we're abusing that Fire Strike hitbox. I then get my one on poor little Emong.
Big slam!
I go for a sneaky shatter, but Ana finds me. Flats also has been playing this game for as long as I have, so he's not falling for this either.
Good. Also, their Ryan's hiding in the bottom left here. 110%. I've played these games before.
But then he kind of does, because I hit him with a frame one shatter out of pin.
Yes.
Ding him.
He gets nanoed, so my fate is pretty much sealed, but I'm still taking him out for a romantic date to this fancy King's Row bar. I then swipe the health pack and put him in the montage.
Fortunately, died in there. Oh, you're going in there, montage.
Oh, that was perfect.
As I come back, people get picked off one by one, so I'm on the run. I try to pin out, hit a wall, then Flats decides to repay me the favor for the earlier dinner date. My team has the opening kill, I get some good damage, and go for that German on German action. I'm just addicted to stealth Rein plays. It doesn't work out, but nothing of value is lost. I didn't track Shatter, and for those reasons, I get bodied. The desperate recontest comes in. I go for the Shatter the second he gets nanoed, and what seems like a coincidence, he goes for the pin, launches me to the moon, and with my lightning speed reaction time, I adjust and opt in for a zoning Shatter in the other direction. All thanks to my Shatter of intimidation, we win the fight and win the round.
Unranked the champion dude versus Marvel Rivals guy. No, trust. I've got Flats downloaded. I know his Ryan.
On attack, I go to statue and I notice that Flats is playing a little far, so I simply walk to high ground for free. I get the Zen off, but unfortunately my team couldn't survive more than 10 seconds without me. I almost got a cheeky diff on the way out.
No!
This time around, my team takes the wide statue angle with me, so instead of clearing height again, I just walk it down main. I go for the pin from downtown, and for whatever reason, my Ana nanos me in a 5v1. I stay pushed up because I think I can farm Shatter fast enough to catch someone off guard. And yeah, that ends up happening. I want to back up with this because payload is far, but my Echo just can't help but copy in the enemy team, so I charge the follow-up. I land it, but then they nano, so yeah, I'm cooked. My team ends up winning this fight in the long run, so I just push the payload for a bit. I see Flats charge across, so I go to match him. I don't get the kill, but I cleared him out. As I'm coming back, he charges across again. This time, my team gets a kill, so now I'm holding him hostage over here. I call out the charge, and he's dead. With that, we cap second point, no problem. My team is kind of just fragging out without me, so I'm just pushing the point to make it one fight territory. Again, I'm not tracking Shatter like I should, so you can guess what happens.
Wait, how'd he get Shatter? Wait a minute.
My team gets first kill, I have Shatter, so it's time. It's time I pull out the secret Shatter that I've been holding onto this whole time. This is the moment. Flats is terrified because he knows what's about to happen. I'm winding up the helicopter.
Swing the king.
And then but then I kill him anyways, his team goes down, and we win it all.
My idea was, if I keep spinning, my team's gonna shoot his shield, and eventually he's gonna have to drop it. But his shield is full HP still, so he just didn't have to drop it.
Regardless of all the fails in the process,
First one to die in gold. No.
one thing is for sure, I never gave up, and in the end, the king was defeated at last. At this point, I was pretty satisfied with the journey. If it didn't get better from here, I wouldn't be mad because, I mean, really, I climbed the GM, had fun, even went toe-to-toe with some of the Rhine goats. I mean, what more could I ask for? Then on the final day of Reinhardt, during the 49th hour, I went on an insane 10-game win streak and shot up to GM2, nearly GM1. I can't really explain it other than sometimes you just win. I really think had this challenge continued for another day or two longer, I could have gotten champion. But alas, your boy had other priorities. This happened on the same day as the Onron Hero Trials, which would then follow up into the new season, so time was just about up. But yeah, we could just leave the details out of this and pretend I got champion on Reinhardt. I would like that very much. Thanks.
Winning trend. We won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 games in a row. A new peak for the 50th hour. And with that, we've completed the Rhine 50 hours. But I gotta play one more for the 10 games. Chat. 8, 9, 10. 10 games. 10 wins in a row.
But finally, it's time to answer those questions from earlier. How smart do you have to be to play Reinhardt? I'm not going to sit here and say you have to be Einstein to play a hero, but he's definitely one of the higher game sense tanks in my opinion. Just coming back to that Ana example from earlier, Reinhardt has the kit to outplay and swag on his enemies, and the Rein vs Rein mirror match is easily one of the best in the game. There's just so many mind games, I can make a whole video out of it. Let me know if I should. But for my 2 cents, Reinhardt is at least a 7 out of 10 on the skill meter. There's so much he can do despite the simplicity of his kit. Strength-wise, I'm just going to cut to the chase and say he's a safe 8 out of 10. He's not really a hero that will dominate metas unless another hero enables it, but he's a very strong pick because he has good answers to most tank matchups. Just to give an example, most people think Rein insta-loses to Ramatra, but if Ram uses Nemesis form and Rein just charges away, the Ram basically wasted the only thing that keeps him alive in the matchup. So basically, he turns into Rein's punching bag real quick. Lastly, how fun is Reinhardt? Truthfully, he's a lot more fun than I thought. I came into this with the mindset that I'd play this hero for the challenge and never again. But now I can see myself playing him when the situation calls for it. So from never playing him to picking him off vibes, I'd say Reinhardt is an 8 out of 10 on the fun meter. I mean, if there weren't so many heroes to play, I would definitely main him. But right now, I think another hero is calling me. If you want to catch the next 50 hours live, follow me on Twitch. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it in the future, please support it with a like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching and good luck on the grind.